Okay. All right. I'm just going to shoot this quickly, right? It's a quick 5 minutes video. Now, first things first is if you're not using this strategy, chances are that you might have to struggle a little bit. I think I put a post earlier on today talking about your state management. So I just wanted to share a little bit about state management and how it affects sort of like your closing ratio and how it affects you getting more people saying yes to your business and to your ideas. And it's all down to state management, how well you're able to manage your state. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on, but right now, what I want to talk about is the idea that you have to manage your state. If you really want to get a bit more results in what you're doing, you have to master managing your state. Now, if you don't know about managing your state, it's all about putting yourself in a very, should I say, highly productive state in terms of emotional state, right? Because sales is all about the transfer of energy, it's all about emotions, it's all about feeling, it's all about getting intertwined with somebody. Now, if you cannot get in the right state and the right frame of mind, chances are that you may not be able to get a yes from somebody, right? And for example, if you can think about a time where you were like an absolute rock star and you sat down and you had a conversation and you got a good decision, or you closed somebody that is you closed a deal that you yourself, you know that, oh my goodness, I did great doing this. I was in a position to just get somebody to take a decision that initially they probably wouldn't have taken without me, right? And maybe it could have been maybe a good sale. Maybe it could have been getting, if you're in network marketing, it could have been like meeting somebody on the road, going down to present your business, and they saying yes to you because of the way you presented and how enthusiastic you were, right? Jim Rohn said something in one of his training. He said, if you light yourself on fire, people will come and watch you burn. And that thing is so true, because once you can get yourself in a state of enthusiasm, right, and a state of certainty, absolute 105% certainty, people are most likely to get what you are actually presenting to them. They can feel the energy. It's just all about you impressing your thought upon that person and making them know the importance and how important it is for them to get your product or your service. But then if you go into any sales situation or any presentation situation and you go in with a little bit of a doubtfulness, or you know your product but you are in a disempowered state, a state where you're not productive, and you know that state when you're in it. You know the days that you're feeling like crap, you feel like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. The days that you feel like, oh, I don't feel like it at all. The days that you're like, oh my goodness, this is not for me. The days that you're feeling like, oh my goodness, this another week or another day. The time that you sit out down with that client and you're thinking to yourself, this is an absolute waste of time, this is not going to work, right? Those are kind of the emotions or the kind of states that you don't want to be in once you sit down with somebody, because chances are that you will not be able to get a decision from them. You may have the best product on the planet, you may have the best company that you're with, you may have the best ideas, but if you cannot believe in that idea, or you cannot show enthusiasm, because once you show enthusiasm in whatever you're doing, this is what happens. Unconsciously, the people that you're talking to start thinking, oh my God, what has he got? I want what he's got. And when we talk about enthusiasm, some people think it's going around making all the hoorah noise, jumping all over the place. It's not like that. Enthusiasm has something to do with absolute certainty, that you know for a fact that this thing is the bee's knees and nobody can convince you otherwise. And that is what we mean by certainty. You are certain about your skill and your abilities, and you know this right now that I'm doing, I am the best at it. I'm good at it, right? And once you are in that state, there's not a lot of difference between the guys who close massive and the guys who don't. The difference is that one is very certain about their product, about their skill, about their communication skill. One person is highly certain. The other is not very certain. The other may be very eloquent. They may have all the vocabulary. They may be, be very educated. They may be very, should I say, eloquent and fluent in their language. and they would have probably known a bit more about their product more than anybody else, but will struggle to close any sale. On the other hand, the other guy might probably not know a little. They just know enough to get somebody to say yes. But they are 100% sure. They are certain. They know their ability to have a conversation. Now, and once you're in that state, once you're in that state, anybody would pay attention and will most likely agree with you on everything you say, because you're transferring good energy. You're transferring positive energy. You're impressing upon them your ideas in a very energetic way. But once you're disempowered, you don't have faith, you don't believe in what you're doing, you know it, but you're not very sure of what you can do, then people are very, very unlikely to agree with you in whatever you say. That is why state management is so important, right? So if when you get good at managing your state, it's like this thing about closing comes very easy. Getting people to say yes to your product, yes to your whatever you sell becomes easy, because at the end of the day, if you are enthusiastic, and you have all the positivity on your side, you are most likely going to get people to say yes, because that's the same energy you're talking to. Thank you so much for watching. Have a productive week. I'm just going to go do some workout and some exercise. And that's another thing. Once you exercise, motion brings emotion. So you want to keep going. You want to keep moving. Anyway, guys, love you guys. Take care. And I'll see you in the next video for on Wednesday. Ciao.